Hello, this is Matt with the Carnivore Diabetic Ladder. So, the Carnivore Diabetic Ladder is basically a journey that I created through my personal journey. And if you want to follow my journey, if you want to subscribe, like this video and click the bell so I can just give you my story if you want to follow me. But what I want to do is just tell you how I went from full blown diabetic to not a diabetic. So how did I reverse that? How is that even possible? Well, it started off, 8 years ago, I got diagnosed with diabetes. It's been a struggle ever since then. I didn't go on medication. I did a dietary. I did real well till 2020 is when it started hitting to a point where I started going up on my A1C to about 6.2 and then full blown 10.5, all back to 10.5 again in the beginning of 2023. So at that point, I said to myself, I have to do something different. I gave up, told the doctor, what do I want me to do? The doctor says, hey, I want you to go on medication. I'm going to start you off with the metformin. I said, fine. I said, so I'm at 10.5. How much is metformin going to be able to help me out? He said, about maybe 2 points. So I said, okay, that puts me at 8.5. I said, where would you say that you want me to be ideally? And he said, if you can come to a point of 7.5, we'll be extremely happy if you could accomplish that. So 7.5, I said, fine, prescribe the medication. I left the office. As I was driving home, I said to myself, there's no way, 7.5 at best. I am going to still be deteriorating. And at that time, my friend was in the hospital actually getting his leg amputated because he had an infection. He's a diabetic and he lost his leg. He was 98 pounds of nothing. Tough time, struggle. The other leg was at risk as well. And I said, there's no way I can go down this path. I cannot go down this path. So losing my eyesight or kidneys and dialysis, I just didn't want to go down that path. But that's the path, they're going to give me medication. It's going to stop working. They're going to add some more. They're going to change it. They're going to put more insulin. So that progressive, trying to get you as far as you can to live. And, all these medications are trying to get you a point to eat the way you are now. It's like, how can we help you guys out and eating the way you're eating? So that's what they throw all this medication to you. Now, the medication is great. It'll help you when you first start off. You want to stay on medication and you want to stay with your doctor. You want to consult with your doctor on any kind of changes you're making because they know your body, they know your blood work and so forth. So you want to be able to get a game plan that way. So the thing is, as far as being able to go from this side, you're talking about, it's almost like a cliff. You're on this side and that cliff, you trying to get to this other side and it's too high and it's too far of a gap. And so filling that gap, I had to figure what that was. And in figuring that gap, what was I to do to take the steps to get to the other side to be non-deteriorating body from a deteriorating body? So what I did was I basically created this 7 steps to optimal health in my journey. So I wanted to understand and knowledge about diabetes. Number 2, I wanted to make sure I wanted to make a total change in my life. I wanted to be able to do a about-face situation where, hey, I'm going to do a drastic change. I want my body to heal itself. What do I have to do to be able to help my body heal itself? I want to get to the source of this problem. So I was committed to that, and I did all the testing I possibly could do to find out the baseline of my full body, whether it's my heart. I checked everything to make sure that I knew what I could do and my capabilities to move forward. And I did that. I executed a plan. And when I did that, I started having results. So in 4 weeks' time, going from an average of 300 on my glucose in the morning down to 98 was just unfounded. When I hit the 98 one morning, I can't believe this is happening. I just couldn't believe it, that my body can actually change itself. And so through time, I started to change, and that was 4 weeks with carnivore in the carnivore diet. So then I said after 4 weeks, I'm going to start working out. I need to put back muscle. Muscle is a big deal with a diabetic because it's very difficult to gain muscle and you're losing the muscle. It's just eating you up. That's absolutely what happened to me. I mean, I was at 350 at one time. And so when I started to lose weight and so forth, I was happy about it. But then when I wasn't doing anything and I was still losing weight, that was kind of scary because I'm thinking to myself, it has to be the diabetes. But I sure wasn't losing the fat. Insulin resistance was hanging on to that fat and it wouldn't allow those cells to open up and lose it. I couldn't lose the fat. So I was stuck. I tried everything at 304. When I was at 304, I tried different types of diets. I was, keto and intermittent fasting. I tried everything. And there's a yo-yo there of 10 pounds that I was able to do. But after that, the carnivore diet, after 4 weeks of adaptation, to be able to adapt from the carb adaptation, and I go through all that with the 7-step optimal health. There's a link below, and I'm going to get to parts of that here on this video. So if you could just listen through, I just really want you to understand my story because it's important. If you have diabetes, I want you to understand that there are steps you can take to be able to get from this side to the side of non-deterioration. So as I go on and I started to understand what I was doing and my goals and trying to accomplish it, the carnivore diet, I got to my fat adaptation after 4 weeks and I said, I'm going to start working out. So I started working out, and I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder or anything. I'm not trying to do hardcore workouts. I'm not. All it is mainly muscle endurance works out to build some great endurance in my muscles. So what I would do is I would peak out on a certain workout, and then I would recover. I'd peak out on a certain workout, I would recover. So those intervals that I was doing on different parts of the muscles of my body, whether it's my legs or my upper body, I was doing that. All of a sudden, my change in my body started gaining back the muscle. I never thought I was going to get my muscle back. I really didn't. I used to have big arms when I was young. One day I was actually reaching over and I accidentally hit my arm and I thought, shoot, there's a lump, something's wrong. And I looked down and I started noticing because my bicep was coming back. And when my bicep was coming back, I'm thinking to myself, whoa, I can't believe I'm getting my muscle back. The muscle, my legs were coming back. I was getting to the point where my legs were just skinny. Big belly, skinny legs. That's an ideal person. You look at someone like that, oh, they're insulin resistant, no doubt about that. But I started losing my stomach and so forth, and losing, 40 pounds in a 10-week period. It was just amazing to me to be able to do that and gain the muscle. So the transformation from my life has been seen by people around me. I was able to help other people around me and start them off on the same program that I was on, and understanding my body, understanding how to build muscle, understanding how to and what expectation that they may have, and they started changing their life. I mean, I had a friend who was pre-diabetic. He started to be very tired, and things started happening. He pulled his A1C at 6.3, so he was on the verge of going diabetic, and he knew he had to do something. So what he did was he said, hey, can you help me out? So what I did is I just took my journey and I started to implement that with him. And all of a sudden he started having massive changes. So he started losing weight. The weight part I don't really care about. It's more of a body change. Body change. I mean, there was a whole month I went there that I was not able to lose any weight, but I was gaining all this muscle. So I knew that I was losing fat and muscle. So that was kind of like evening it out, and I was gaining the muscle. So I was really excited that that was happening. So I just want you to know, if you want me to help you out, or if there's anything else I can do, I got more details at the bottom. There's a link down there to be able to click on that, and I got more details about this 7 steps to optimal health. And that's what I developed with my journey and so forth. So I want to be able to help you guys out. Again, I'll ask you to subscribe, hit that bell so I can get to my next video to you so you can understand the journey that I have. I'm going to go and share all the information that I've accomplished, that my body is healing itself. So I just want you to know, to be excited. There is hope for those people who feel that they don't have hope. I don't care how deep you are, and I don't care if you're just starting out or you don't want to go there. The program that I developed to help people out is all there. So click that link, and thank you. We'll see you there.